Greetings to everyone watching this. This is another episode of The African Plight. My name is David. Violence and abuse can happen to anyone, regardless of their gender. While women are disproportionately affected by domestic violence, men can also be victims. So today I will be talking about some key areas of violence and abuse that men may face from the women. Stay tuned. Here are some key areas of violence and abuse that men can suffer from women. Physical abuse. This includes slapping, kicking, beating, punching, and every other form of physical violence. This could be as a result of learned behavior. If a woman has grown up where violence is accepted or normalized, she may be more likely to use physical violence as a way to resolve conflict or exert control. Things that can make a woman to physically abuse a man includes anger, substance abuse, mental health issues, and power and control. Women, like men, can get angry and frustrated also, and may lash out physically as a way of venting their anger or emotion. Then on substance abuse, women who engage in drug or alcohol abuse may be more prone to using physical violence or aggressive behavior, including physical abuse, as a way to vent their emotion. Then on the mental health, women who have untreated mental health issues, such as depression, anxiety, or personality disorder, may be more prone to using physical violence as a way to cope with their emotions or regulate their behavior. Power and control. Like in cases of domestic violence against women. Physical abuse against men by the women can also be a form of exerting power and control over the victim. Physical abuse by women against men can also be a way for the abuser to exert power and control. It is important to note that regardless of the reasons behind the abuse, physical violence is not acceptable, and it is a violation of the person's human rights. It is important to address and prevent all forms of abuse, including domestic violence against men by the women. Emotional abuse. This includes using words or action to control, to manipulate, or humiliate the victim. This can include verbal threats, verbal abuse, and isolation from friends and family. Some men go through this kind of abuse from the women they love and care so much about, especially men who are intentional about not losing their women. These are actions that would, in one way or the other, affect the healthy growth of the relationship between both parties. So it is important that this is put to a stop, because it is not a healthy way to coexist. Sexual abuse. This includes unwanted sexual contact or sexual behaviors, including rape, unwanted touches, and coerced sexual acts. This might sound weird to some people, but this form of abuse It's happening almost on daily basis. Most of the time, women who does this are women who had engaged in sexual act with different sexual partners, probably with some weird sexual fantasies and experiences. And on the other hand, the man might not want to make the woman feel he is not man enough, or who might not want his woman to go cheating in order to satisfy her sexual desires. They would engage in it reluctantly, continue to endure this form of abuse. Psychological abuse includes the use of psychological tactics to control, to humiliate, to intimidate, or to frighten their victim, such as gaslighting, threatening behaviors, and emotional blackmail. Example of gaslighting is where someone tries to twist a reality to be unreal. Intentional. Pressure tactics like sulking, silent treatments, threatening to withhold money, threatening to disconnect your phone or internet, threatening to take the car away, taking away or destroying your mobile phone, your laptop, your tablets, threatening to take the children away, threatening to call the police or the social services where applicable, persistently putting you down in presence of others, pressuring or withholding you to use drugs or alcohol, threatening to destroy properties, lying to your friends and family about you, destructive criticism, telling you that you have no choice about your decisions, verbal abuse like shouting, mocking, they disrespect you, persistently putting you down in presence of others, accusing, they don't listen to you talk, neither will they respond to you when you're talking, name calling, interrupting your phone calls, verbal threatening, taking money from your purse without asking, refusing to help with childcare or housework. They break trust, they lie to you, withholding information from you. They have other relationships, breaking promises and shared agreements, unless you agree to their demands. It is important to note that both genders does this. And any form of abuse or violence is unacceptable. And anyone who experiences it should not keep silent, should seek help and support. Don't die in silence. It's not worth it.